Hey everybody, want to do a video today on these comparison of some Stihl chainsaws. A couple 3 years ago I purchased an ms170, which is this one right here. Right now this particular one's out of commission because the handles broke off. It broke here, epoxied that, it broke there. I had it taped and glued and lasted for a couple of years because it happened right after I got it. So I ordered a new handle for this one, and then I figured I wanted another one of these small ones because they're great, and ended up getting this 171. And of course, not long after I got it, a piece of wood fell on it and broke a little tab off right here that holds the cover on. But it's okay. A little pink or a little orange duct tape, and yeah, it works great. But I had to take this one into the shop and have them do some tune-up on it, so I didn't have it. This one here was out of commission because I had to order another handle for it, which I haven't got yet. So I didn't have any small saw, so I went and bought another ms170 because my local saw shop happened to still have these in stock. So anyway, what we got here, we get these fired and warmed up here. Both these saws have been fueled up, chain sharpened. All right, let's get to it here. What do we got difference between these two? Well, of course, the 170 is the older version. It just has the caps that you got to use a wrench on. This 171 has the new caps. You flip up type caps. That's good. The 171 seems to have more. It has a full range of adjustments on it, whereas the 170, they're down inside the cap. Other than that is, oh, and the 171 has a different, I was told by the dealer that has a different ignition system on it. It says it's more electronic than what the 170 is for whatever reason. I don't know how that's really affecting it. The mufflers are different on it. Oh, and the 170 has two nuts to tighten the bar. I prefer that, and it has the chain tightener in the front. It's not quite as easy. The 171 just has a single, and the chain tightener is on the side. So well, and of course the top, the 171 has a little slide release right there for the top. The 170 has a turn. You have to use the wrench on it to take the top off, which I actually like this better on the 170. It seems to be a lot stronger in this thing, as we can see. But the rest of it is, of course, they both have the plastic handles. I do notice that the 171 has a harder trigger compared to the 170s. Well, let's see. Other than that, I think they all start the same, just like any of the newer Stihl chainsaws. That's all similar. Okay. Well, let's start with a 170 here. We'll give this a roll, see what we got. Got some hemlock here. There was some slices that pretty much just under its own weight, not pushing down on it or anything. Now, if you noticed, the 171, it'll die out just pushing on its own weight. I've had that problem with it ever since I got it. Took it in, had the dealer tune it up. Of course, I took the dealer tuned up the 170. It's basically the same. It works. It doesn't really stall out or anything. And the previous 170, my first 170 that I've had for, it's over 2 years, remember, going on 3 now. It works just fine. It's well broke in. It's cut up a lot of wood, and it even has more power than the new one I got here, the new 170. So my overall evaluation is the 171 does not have the power that the 170 has. I wish the 170 had the quick lock caps, but other than that, I prefer the 170 in that range. But that's just one man's opinion. They are great little saws for limbing, not so much for cutting up firewood or anything like that, but for just small stuff, they work great. They're light. You can hold them with one hand. That's why I have 3 of them now. This little 011, this was actually my dad had this saw, and I'm sure he bought this probably in the 80s, I'm guessing. somewhere, and it's still running strong. Talk about a saw you can, but I don't know, it seems, oops, can't do it with that one. That one's broke. I don't know. It's probably still, actually, since it's an older saw, it's probably a little bit heavier than the 170, but not by much. And it's the way the handle sets on there, whereas the handle's up more into the body, it's easier to handle with one hand. That's great for just limbing trees and stuff, for that type of thing. And the other saws I have, I got a 311 a couple years ago, the ms311. It's a great saw for just bugging up your firewood, and I use it a little bit for fallen trees, but it doesn't have very big dogs on it, so it doesn't bite in on that purpose. And then of course ms460 with 30-inch bar. Awesome. That's a feller. This is an older saw. It's got aluminum handle with wraps, big dogs on both sides of the blade. It's great for fallen trees, and if you want to bug up some firewood real fast, that's the one to go. But it is a heavier saw, of course. But other than that, that should do it. Take care, everybody.